Good morning, everyone. It is October the 28th, 2015. Time to kick off another trading day. And today's trading will be dominated by the impending FOMC announcement where no change in current policy is expected. There will be talk about why the Fed should raise interest rates come December. That'll hang over the market, but nobody really believes it. The futures markets are saying the next potential rate increase comes in March of 2016. And we've noticed that since there's been talk about raising interest rates for the last couple of years, that it's always 90 to 180 days in the future from where we are right now. Sometimes it's been as much as 2 years out when they first got started. So nobody's going to raise interest rates anywhere in the world. In fact, nations are cutting interest rates right now and increasing their quantitative easing programs, with Sweden adding to QE. Their QE program last night. The central bankers' hands are tied. They're all in the same boat. Okay, trade balance today, minus 67.2. That's a huge number. Where do we not spend more than we make? And what area of the economy? You know, half of the economy doesn't pay Fed taxes now. I think 146 million people get some form of payment from the federal government right now. And I think we have about 146 million people in the workforce. 93 plus million people that could work don't. Fraud is rampant in the disability program. People had to get money to live someplace. So with excellent legal help and people who know how to play the system, and the system looking the other way, there are a lot of people on disability that shouldn't have it right now. So the fraud and corruption goes on daily, and doesn't seem that there's much anybody will do about it. Crude inventories, plus 3.7 million barrels. Had a build last week of 8. Some of the builds attributable to seasonal switchover from they change from as much gasoline as they can get out of the mix to more distillates or heating oil. 5-year auction today. I thought it was yesterday. It was Tuesday, right? Don't we have every other week an auction on Tuesday? Little did I know. And in the FOMC, unchanged. So we got resistance starting right here. Last rotate up, stopped at 30.5 in M period. So got a 29 to 02 sell 1, 7 to 11 sell 2. I don't see any way to get to the number 2 levels. The buy level is very aggressive, 21 to 25. Like to get it done closer to 21, pick up yesterday's value area low, but we have no range. We had a 432nd range overnight, and things aren't likely to get a hell of a lot better before the Fed speaks. Buy 2 will be 13 to 17. Okay, looking at the 30-year, which fortunately is twice as volatile as the 10-year. And the knob spread came in last night. We went out at 29.19. It was 29.14 this morning when I took the numbers down. So we're rejecting prices at 11. So we'll make 11 to 15 sell 1. Very, very aggressive. And then 23, 27 sell 2. On the buy side, we're already below yesterday's value area. We've rejected price. We've got this high volume number at 8. So 1 to 5 is very, very aggressive. Would like to get it done at 1, or in fact, let's just do that. We'll make it 29 to 01. And then if we break that, we have these single prints down here, 21 to 17. I don't look for much of a market until the Fed speaks. Gold rallied a little bit overnight. Why would gold rally into the FOMC announcement? Fed is keeping interest rates low, worried about the economy. The 2-year budget deal has all but passed. It's only a formal vote is necessary with the Democrat help, and the Republican John Boehner's last act wasn't negotiated, wasn't sent to committee, nothing. And really some very, very bad features in this budget, but that's the way it is right now. These guys, there's absolutely no discipline, absolutely no control, nothing. And the U.S. economy, and we'll be feeling this for the next couple of years. Sell 1, 74, 76. Sell 2, 79 to 81. Sell 2 would be desirable because it's up there. Don't think we can get there till the Fed speaks. On the buy side, we have this breakout at 69. Pretty tight market, so 65, 68 buy 1. Leaning against these single prints. 60, 62 buy 2. Hard to see how we get to our number 2 levels. Looking at the euro. Okay, the euro, 111's resistance, the 75 area has slowed the market down. Looks like it's going to try to trade a little higher. First sell is going to be 75, very, very aggressive. Second sell, 111. Against 111 would be desired. On the buy side, our 30 to 40. And then 10 to 10.10 for buy 2. This market should be quiet. The euro, if everything is left in place, status quo, don't think it breaks out or moves much one way or the other. We all like the status quo. We all like no changes. Keep things the way they are right now because my doors are open and I'm functioning right now and I can handle this. Tomorrow doesn't matter. And this type of thinking, it doesn't build companies, it doesn't build lives, it doesn't do a lot of things. I mean, you can't take that approach in your own life, so what makes you think the government or businesses can do it either? Got a plan ahead, you got a plan for growth. Now, if you're planning for growth and getting more payments from the government as a business, you know, that could work. Okay, here we are, 43.75, 44, so on. 44, pretty much where we were last night. Didn't see anything out of the Middle East to speak of, no change there. 43, 42.75 buy 1. And then 42.25, 42.50 buy 2. So pretty quiet in the oil markets. We'll have another build. Some of it will be explained, like I said, by seasonal switch over to winter refinery runs. Happens every year. But there are also stories out there that there's no place to put distillates anymore, and that's an important observation, because distillates, diesel fuel, is really an industrial fuel. Transportation shows that things are moving once again. Moving all the country, goods are being shipped, people are flying, etc. And last but not least, the EMini. The tendency for the EMini is to rally into the FOMC announcements. So we had a strong close yesterday. Relatively speaking, we're still dealing with a great big P. We put it all together like this, and you can see that volume is above time. What do I mean by that? And it only takes one tick, is that I've got volume here and I've got time right there, and volume is above time. That favors higher prices. Overnight session is a P with once again volume over time, and that favors higher prices. And the tendency has been for the market to rally into the FOMC announcement and post the FOMC announcement. And that's worked before. Looks like the market's playing for it to work again. Market usually is pretty quiet into the FOMC announcement, motor sideways. So you can see that resistance begins in the 66 area, tops out over there at 70. So sell 1, 66 to 70. Sell 2, 74 to 79. On the buy side, want to buy 59 to 61, buy 1. And then 56 to 54, buy 2. Trade balance minus 67.2 billion. Not a good number, but it just reflects everything that we do these days. Crude inventories plus 3.7. Five-year auction, which won't impact the EMini. FOMC will. And no changes expected on the FOMC. It's going to take a bit to get everything up and running. I'll be with you as soon as I can. See you in a bit.